Hey, it's me, Tammy B, and this is my review for How to Get Away with Murder. So we are in season 2, episode 11, and this was titled She Hates Us. I forgot to tell y'all something real quick, and How to Get Away with Murder is long, so I hate to put this here, but I don't know if y'all remember in my my vacation video, I had made a joke like, oh, I'm Jamaican now. But I forgot to tell you guys the story. So first of all, I have this whole little disdain for people who be claiming countries and they not really from it. Like me and my best friend in junior high. I don't know why we had some friends that were Belizean for real, but I don't know why it was this little phase where everybody was lying and pretending like they were Belizean and having Belizean flags in their car, and they really wasn't. So we used to joke about those people all the time, right? So when I went to Jamaica, I kept making jokes like, oh, I'm Jamaican now, but in my head, I know I'm joking, but I was like, maybe I should clarify so people don't think I'm one of those people who just be lying and claiming stuff. Because no, I love my black. But what happened was 2 days before I went to Jamaica, and this was just total random coincidence. Like I had went to kick it with my dad, and I've just finally asked him all these years, like, hey, what's up with your dad? You know, like we never met your dad. And he was like, I ain't never met him either. And I was like, you should ask mama. You should ask grandma. And he was like, you know, I asked her before and she didn't really give me much, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and ask her again. So 2 days before he called me, it was like, oh my gosh. So I finally asked her and she was like, he's full-blooded Jamaican. Like, I guess they wasn't booze or whatever, and whatever happened. So she just kept her baby and raised the baby by herself, my dad. So that means my dad is full-blooded. I guess that means my dad is half Jamaican. So if my dad's half Jamaican, I guess I'm half Jamaican, or I guess I'm 1/4, right? Or whatever. I don't really care, but I'm just saying that's why I had made the joke, you know, I'm Jamaican now, but it was a combo of number one, finding out my grandfather is Jamaican, and then number two, going to Jamaica. But you know, the funny part is, even though I don't like just claiming random stuff, I mean, like, I'm not about to just all of a sudden start, I know that sounds stupid, acting Jamaican or nothing, but the funny thing is when I got there, I did feel some type of weird soul tie with the eye. Like when I got there, I was just like, you know how Color Purple with Nettie wrote the letter? She's like, I feel like a large bow struck in my soul ceiling. It kind of did feel that way. Like I was like, oh, like it really did have some type of thing or feeling, but whatever. That was it. And like I said, because it was 2 days before, I didn't have enough time to research. So I think we're going to try to see if he's alive, try to do ancestry.com, or maybe even try to find him on Facebook. But of course, he's like 74, so I don't know if he's alive. Because she said she don't know. She said the last update she had was 20 years ago, which was when my dad was 30. I don't know why she didn't tell us, but my granny crazy. Like, but I'm kind of crazy like that too. Some stuff I don't be saying, even if I known you forever, but then some stuff like, I'll be like, girl, here it is, you know, so I don't know. But whatever. So that was the story. So that was me visiting my homeland. So anyway, y'all, Annalise, pregnant Annalise. First of all, seeing her pregnant for fake made me want to know how she looked pregnant for real. So then I tried to look that up, and then I didn't really know that she adopted that daughter. Or maybe I did and forgot, so I didn't see it. And then I was like, okay, I'm psycho. Because sometimes I be feeling like when people be looking at people's lives and kids and pregnancy photos, that's like stalkerish or way too much. But I was like, it's funny. Now it had me doing that. But anyway, so pregnant Annalise, got her old Keating 5 from back in the day. It's showing her and Sam married. Sam looks so much better to me. He seems such more of a nice and jovial husband. But you know, when fathers is expecting a son, you know, they do be all in the mix. So it was cool to see Sam in a different little light or whatever. And you know, he looked cuter and he looked friendlier. We also got to see a young Bonnie with long hair. And then we also got to see a young Frank with more hair. And I think he looked a little bit more chubby too. So Bonnie is an overachiever of those Keating 5. And, you know, that's how Bonnie got to be in the little head, I don't know, HBIC or whatever. So we got that little background or whatever. So I wonder, was that the first Keating 5 that she ever had? Probably, but anyway, that's how we know where Bonnie and Frank came from. They were part of the Keating 5 from back in the day, and I guess they were just the best two, so they still with her till this day. Okay, Oliver, formerly Nice Oliver, who was all helpful and helping us find the murders. He acted stank to Asher, y'all. Asher, you know, his daddy passed away. His mama stank. You know, he done ran over a girl last week. His boo Bonnie dumped him. So Asher is going through it, y'all. So Connor was like, hey, come sleep on our couch. But now Oliver was like, oh, he needs to go. So after he farted in front of everybody at breakfast, Oliver, Connor, and Michaela are talking about Asher. Like, hey, like, we should be nice to him. Connor is saying, hey, we should be nice to him. He's going through a hard time. Like, I'm just trying to be there for him. I don't like him either, but, you know, let's just be nice. And Oliver was like, nope, I'm not here for it. How about you take him, Michaela? Michaela was like, no. So, come to find out, Asher hearing all of that, y'all. I'm like, oh, but he's straight face. He chill. So, the case for the week, you guys, one of my favorite parts. So there's this young guy named Jason. He's over 18, but, you know, he looked like he's in the early 20s, maybe 19, 20. So Annalise is Jason's lawyer. Jason killed this black kid. And the deal is like, hey, you're going to be guilty and you're going to do 15 years. So that's the deal on the table. But then we're at the courtroom and then Jason's mama stand up. She like, look, I'm Jason's mama. I called both lawyers. None of them want to talk to me. And since I'm Jason's mama, the kid who's dead, not Jason, the kid who's dead name was Tyler. I'm Tyler. She was like, I'm Tyler's mama. And hey, I don't want to press charges. I just think it was a mistake, and, you know, I understand my son dead, but I think it was a mistake, so y'all should let him go. So the judge was like, and where is that judge from, y'all? I know her. I could not think of where she's from. I should have looked it up. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So the judge, I was like, come on, sister judge. But, so the sister judge was like, look, I ain't got time for all this foolishness. Y'all meet with the mama and come back and tell me what y'all think. So Jason, Annalise, the other lawyer, and then the mama meet, and the mom is being all nice, like, hey, I think it was a mistake. My son lost his life young, and I don't think it's fair for you to lose your life young, which is surprising, because, you know, somebody killed my son, I'd be wanting to kill them back. But she was like, you know, my conscience is free. Like, I don't want to have this anger in my heart for you, like, oh, you killed my son, I want you to rot in hell. Like, I'm free, so you should be free. And that's that, right? But then after Jason hears Tyler's mom saying all that, he starts softening up and crying too. So he broke down and told the truth. Like, he had told the truth to Annalise and Bonnie, but they told him to never say that. But he went ahead and broke down and told the truth to Tyler's mom. He was like, look, your son had sex with my girlfriend, so yeah, I went to his job and shot him. And then I saw you texting him, and I didn't want you to show up to see your son dead. So I texted you back like, I got him home. I got to ride home, Mom. I love you, or whatever. And she was like, dang. So his last words to me were actually your words. And at first we thinking that's gonna change the sister mind. Like, oh, you shot my son for real? All right, no, go to jail. But nope. Tyler's mom was just like, you know what? Hey, I'm glad I know the truth. She cried a little bit, but she was like, hey, I still don't think you should go to jail for life. Like, it seemed like you learned to err your ways. You acted out of anger. You took a life, but, you know, I don't think you deserve the death penalty. Because now that's what the other lawyer, she was like, oh, now that I know that, I'm going for the death penalty. Forget them 15 years. But Annalise was like, no, we should just go with the original thing. That little meeting was just supposed to be a meeting. It wasn't supposed to change what happened. But whatever. The judge heard all of that, and she was like, hey, I'm down with upping it up to first-degree murder in life. You know, we have the right to do that, so I'm going to do that. And Annalise was like, no, let's just go with the 15 years. And then the judge was like, okay, how about we just go with life? And then Annalise was about to fight it, but then her boy stood up. He was like, fine, I'll take it. I think I deserve that. I did do it on purpose. I lied. His mother's being nice, but I'll take the life. So that's it. Jason got life, y'all. And then the mom go hug Jason and kiss him and give her phone number. Girl, you know how much them jail calls be costing? And I'm sorry, like, I could understand what she was saying. Like, hey, I don't want to just ruin your life if it was an accident. But now that you know it's for real, and then now you want him to call you? Why? Like, I don't know. I guess, but that happened. It was a story. I hate to do another sidebar, but this black guy had robbed this white lady, and like 20 years had passed, and I guess he was out or whatever. Come to find out, y'all, the black guy moved right next door to her. And then they became friends. And then it came out that, that was the one, like, and they still was friends. So, hey, I guess it happened in real life too, y'all. All right, so let's see where we at. Oh, so Annalise was all crying in the bathroom earlier. She having flashbacks of being pregnant and just all of this stuff. So she was crying about something. And hey, Tyler's mom walked out the bathroom crying too. I guess that's when she had just found out that the killing was on purpose. So I thought Annalise was being shady because Annalise said something smart to Tyler's mom, like, yeah, you need to fall back because bad people deserve way more than a good talking to. And she just walked out. So to me, she was saying, hey, even though I'm defending Jason and that's my client, like, you tripping. Like, he needs way more than a talking to. So I was like, dang, you being shady to your own client. But hey, at the end of the day, the mom, and Annalise is for justice. So Annalise knew that he killed that little black kid on purpose. So that's why Annalise felt like, hey, no, you deserve to go to jail. Like 15 years, like, yeah, you deserve that. So I think that's where Annalise was coming from the justice side. But the mother, I guess she was just coming from some sort of weird compassion side. But anyway. Y'all, so Wes tries to get some drugs from the doctor. I'm like, first of all, black man, you should know way better than trying to go get some drugs from the doctor. You ain't got no homies. Where's your boo's brother? Or ask Frank. Like, but he was just trying to get some sleeping pills, y'all. And the fact that he was so pressed about it, that put a red flag up on the doctor, even though the doctor was a sister. And then he said something like, forget it. If you don't want to give it to me, don't be surprised if I kill myself. So he grabs his stuff and about to walk out. She was like, hey, you shouldn't have said that. My bad. Now I got to keep you. Y'all, that is my biggest fear. Okay, I always say everything is my biggest fear. That is one of my fears, like getting detained like on accident or unwillingly. Like, I understand, like, when people are detrimental to themselves and society, yes, I understand confining them, but I make stupid jokes all the time, or I have this weird kind of offbeat sense of humor sometimes, and I would just hate, that's why at the doctor's office I'd be quiet, but I would just hate for somebody to mistake me being crazy. Or sometimes I cry, and I don't want people to think I'm depressed. Like, I laugh and cry sometimes, or I tell a story about back in the day, but it don't mean I'm sad. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I just cry, and I think sometimes people be like, oh, she's depressed, or oh, she needs therapy. And hey, maybe I do need therapy, but I would just hate to be in that situation. That is one of my fears. Like, they would probably keep me a long time, because once she would have said, oh, I'm keeping you, I would have tried to bust past her, run. They would have probably had to call a pet team on me, because I just don't like that. And I just so did not like that whole little part. I was like, see, that's why I be barely trying to go to legit stuff, because I just don't want nobody to just misconstrue like what I be doing. Like, I was watching Preachers of Atlanta, and it was like a cop and a thug, and the cop was like, they was practicing. They was like, oh, let me talk to you. So the thug, he was kind of doing like this, and the cop was like, see, we call that a deadly threat. And all he was doing was like, fixing his stuff. And he was like, the little interpreter was like, yeah, see, you calling that a threat, and he's just fixing his swag. So he could end up dead or tased just because first of all, you said, come talk to me. That's illegal. Search and seizure is illegal without a warrant. So first of all, illegally, the cop is calling you, and you're kind of complying, but you're doing it with your own swag. Next thing you know, you dead. Like, that's my fear too. Like, that's why I don't be liking to play games, but whatever. Totally got sidetracked. So, the psychiatrists say that the reason why Wes can't sleep, because he went there for sleeping medication. He was like, I'm a law student. He was like, a lot of bad stuff happened to me my whole life, and I could never be able to sleep, but I'm a law student and it's kicking my butt, and I just wanted some sleeping pills. And so he tell his whole life story about his mom or whatever. So the psychiatrist was like, oh, because your mom got shot back in the day, and now your professor got shot, like, that's probably triggering, like, why you can't sleep. And Wes is like, whatever. Like, if you want to say that's what it is. He was like, that don't have nothing to do with it. But he was just pretty much ready to get out of there. He even called Laurel to come get him. But then the psychiatrist was acting stank to Laura, like, oh, you his girlfriend and you not worried about suicide? And I was like, oh, that psychiatrist was getting on my nerves. And Laura even tried to hit her with the little legal, oh, we gonna sue you for like a wrong claim or whatever. And then the doctor knew the law too. She was like, yeah, but as you know, even if you sue me for a wrong claim, he still got to stay here for such and such hours. So do that if you want, but I think he needs to stay or whatever. So Laura went to tell Annalise, like, oh, Wes in the psych ward. And Annalise was like, well, maybe he needs to stay there. Now, on one hand, okay, I can kind of get that because, hey, Wes is a little shaky. But at the same time, like, dang, like, you're supposed to be helping us, Annalise. Like, don't, he don't really deserve to be in there all like that, especially, after all the stuff we done for you. So Laura was kind of mad, like, dang, that's messed up. You gonna do Wes like that? Y'all, why Annalise fired Laurel? She was like, bye, Laurel, and you're fired. My real Bonnie is back now, so you're fired. I so did not like Annalise in that scene, just for the two reasons: leaving Wes in jail or in the psych ward, and firing Bonnie. Like, at her disposal. Like, I hate when people hold your employment or your position over you like that. Like, bye, you fired. I was just like, all right, Annalise, I know you kind of tripping off that little Vicodin or whatever, but girl. So they flash back to when she was pregnant back in the day, and she makes some comment about, oh, I think the baby dead. And Sam was like, don't say that. So the baby in her stomach or whatever. He was like, oh, he haven't moved or whatever. And Sam was like, just don't say that or whatever. So they go to the ultrasound hearing, and the baby is perfectly fine. So Anna was like, all right, I need to go take a trip. Am I good to do that? And the doctor was like, yeah. So she goes take a trip, I forgot, to Seattle or something. And come to find out, she meets Wes' mom. Wes' mom name is Rose. Wes' mother name is Rose. And like I said, she had met Rose in the park one day, and she saw little Wes playing. And so I don't know if that meeting in the park was like the prequel to Annalise, but probably, because Annalise don't do nothing on accident, right? So come to find out, Annalise is doing this case about this guy who like steals trust fund money. So she has the file, and at first Wes' mama being all nice, like, hey girl, what's up? So Annalise busts out the file like, here, and the Rose opens it, and instantly she see what it was. She get her purse like, oh, I'm out of here. Who are you? And we don't know what happened, y'all. Annalise look, I'm here to help you. Sit down. Let's talk about this. So slowly but surely, we getting to find out like how Annalise and Wes' mom know each other, and then like probably why. I'm pretty sure this case gonna have to do with her dying, because Annalise said something, I promise to protect you and your son, and clearly the mama dead, so clearly that didn't work. So maybe that's why she have a soft spot for Wes. So I guess that's going to unfold. And then, the Keating Five bang on Annalise like, oh, you knew that Wes was in the psych ward and you didn't come get him? That's messed up. I'm out of here. Everybody leave. Connor, Michaela. Who else leave first? Oh, Laurel, because Laurel the one that snitched. At first she didn't tell, because Wes told her, don't tell nobody. So when she went to help him and the doctor wasn't having it, she went to Annalise, and Annalise wasn't having it, so she didn't know what else to do. So she went and told all the homies. And then all the homies like, yeah, like, that's messed up, Annalise. You didn't get him out. Like, F you, bye. We not doing what you say no more. And then Asher was staying for a second, but then Asher thought about it. He was like, man, you left Wes? That's messed up. So they all left. So the Keating Five all go up to the hospital trying to bum rush the little security table. And while they doing all that, Wes come out. And they all nervous, like, dang, did you tell we just killed people? And Wes is like, don't worry about it. I just told about my mama to get her off our back. We good. So they all make a pact, like, let's be friends for real. Asher point out, like, y'all been lying and thinking I'm crazy and don't really want to hang with me and having pity. Like, y'all not my real friends. And they just, I don't remember what happened. But the long story short was, like, they decided to just all be real friends so that they can have each other back, so they don't end up in no other crazy murders. And Annalise leaves the file, that same file that she met with Wes's mother back in the day about the trust fund scandal or whatever. She left that file on Wes's porch. So now Wes is reading through the file. Now that he's back home, he's reading through the file. So I guess this is going to help him find out what happened with his mother. And so Laurel go to Frank, and Frank was like, man, y'all was mean to Annalise today. And she was like, whatever, like, no, we ain't about to do everything she says. Sometimes she not always right. But Frank was like, he team Annalise. And then Frank said something like, oh, you just gonna lie to your boyfriend? She was like, you ain't my boyfriend. I was rolling. I was like, go ahead, Laurel. So anyway, she was like, yeah, we booze and whatever, but you lie to me all the time. You don't be telling me everything, so don't get mad at me because I didn't tell you about Wes. And then I finally told it, and you on Annalise's side. So you know what? Like, we ain't even booze all like that. And she was like, so if you want to lie, keep lying, but I can't lie. So I'm going to just tell you this. Yes, I knew about Wes. And then secondly, I'm not the one who shot Annalise. Because for whatever reason, Laurel been telling everybody she the one who shot Annalise. Because when Wes shot Annalise, Laurel took the gun. And so then when Michaela and Connor walked in, Laurel had the gun. So it did look like Laurel shot Annalise, but she was just covering for Wes or whatever. So Laura went ahead and told Frank all that, like, I didn't shoot Annalise, and she revealed some other stuff or whatever. So then she all started crying and boo-hooing like, hey, we either gonna start telling each other the truth or we gonna break up because I don't want to live in a lie relationship. So he just looking at her. So she all crying, and he still don't say none of the truths about him. So she started putting on her coat and purse and walking out like, oh, I guess this is the end because you don't want to be truthful for me. You like being Annalise's little lapdog more than you care about me. So, you know, we just need to break up or whatever. So finally, right when she get to the door, then Frank was like, all right, I killed Lila. And I was just like, oh, and I don't know why I thought they was just going to run to each other and kiss. Even though that's stupid. Like, hey, y'all revealing murders and then y'all go have sex. But I don't know why I thought that was going to happen. But, you know, because they sex was kind of a little weird anyway. But so that was that. So now I guess they gonna stay together and maybe they just start telling each other the truth, Frank and Laurel. So, and then the funny thing is we never officially knew he killed Lila, right? I mean, we saw little snippets or whatever, but it was like never 100%, I believe, right? So at least now we know for sure. So the last thing, you guys, is everything is fine. Nate showed up to woo Annalise because Connor had came to his job earlier. No, Frank went to Nate's job earlier. It was like, hey, check on Annalise. And Nate was like, fall back. She don't like stuff like that. But I guess he thought about it. So Nate went to Annalise's house with like dinner and wine. But she was dropping the stuff off at Wes. So she missed Wes and then Nate missed her. But then finally, like, Wes got his package. Annalise got her package. So she all smiling and woo-wooing at the wine and Chinese food. And then Connor calls. Annalise is like, oh my gosh, somebody, and I think it's Philip, the guy who supposed to be that brother and sisters, the half-stack half brother. He had footage of what happened that night at the mansion. So it showed them going in the woods, but who knows what the video really showed. I really couldn't see, but basically Philip, who they're trying to pin for the murder of the half-style parents, got proof that all the Keating 5 was at that house the night that Annalise got shot and the night that that other lawyer who we didn't really like got shot. So I don't know what he trying to do, blackmail them like, oh, y'all get me off and I'll get y'all off or what. But so we'll see, you guys. And they was looking for Philip anyway, so that was it, you guys. There was this one little scene between Michaela, what's the guy name? The cute little brother with the green eyes. You know, they had sex that one time, and that guy, the half-style brother, he went to Annalise, was like, hey, I need you to help me find Philip or whatever. But Annalise is like, no, I'm not messing with y'all. Bye. So he was storming off mad. But then Michaela was like, hey, what's up, boo? Like, let me help you. And then he was mean to her, like, oh, did Annalise teach you how to slut your way into stuff? And she was like, nigga, like, you slutting me. We had sex, and then you gonna tell me about a gun. So don't be trying to say I'm a slut. Like, you do love me too. And I don't believe he meant this because he didn't look. I think he really liked Michaela, but he said something like, you're right, I just want to get laid. So Michaela was like, oh, like feeling all sad, and he just walked out. Oh, Caleb. His name is Caleb Halfstyle or Hapsick or something like that. So I don't know, y'all. Caleb acting stank, and to Michaela, even though, hey, I do kind of get it. Like, you haven't really been protecting me and my sister like we hired y'all to do. So I do get it. But, you know, I just feel like Michaela can't win. Her first boo was gay. The second boo was Philip. Now Caleb being mean. So I just want her to get a real boo. Not that she needs it. I mean, she could have a perfect life without a boo, but she seems to want a boo. So that was it. All right, you guys. So that was it. That was season 2, episode 11, titled "She Hates Us." And I guess they all think that Annalise hates them because she keeps saying, "Get out my house. I want my house back." But you know, because she's been sick for the last few days, so they was giving her space, and now they think everything is back on because they doing cases, so they there like they normally do. But she's like, no, y'all leave. Like, I want to spend time alone. But that's probably because she, want to keep taking the pills and have them hallucinations about that fake baby. And then, so she didn't expect them to show up to that case that they tried earlier with that young guy, Jason, who killed the black guy. So when she Annalise walked into the courtroom and saw them, she just walked past them. She didn't say hi or nothing. So that's why they all was like, she hates us. And Bonnie was like, she don't hate us. But I'm like, hey, y'all did shoot her. But like Laurel said, she told us to. So hey, that's it, you guys. So that was how to get away with murder. You know what's up? Give me the thumbs up on this video and go ahead and check me out on Twitter at TammyB_. All right, you guys. See you in the next review. Bye.